Luke. Remember how he played his idol the one time and everybody voted for him, so it ended up in a tie? I tipped him off. That everybody was gonna vote for him, and that if he has something, he should play it. And then he did. Luke played last season and he got second, but he hasn't won. He's also played a numerous amount of seasons and hasn't won. So I feel like he kind of deserves to win out of all of us. I feel like everyone else really doesn't meet the qualifications. And I don't know. I respect his game because he hasn't really been dishonest yet the entire game. He's been honest with me at least 100% of the time.
I came into the first week and I had never watched Survivor. And so I had no idea what was going on. I remember the first few people texted me. And they're like, "Do you want to make an alliance?" And I was like, "What's happening?" I had no idea what was going on. And of course, I just said yes to everyone because I don't know. I didn't know what was happening. And I didn't start getting strategic, I think, till a couple weeks ago when I started to get a little more comfortable with the game. But early on, I was flying by the seat of my pants getting through that game, especially when we did every tribal council. And I was like, I don't know.
The ticket holder challenge we did is really pure luck. You don't know. It's really no way to know how to play this game or how to you don't know what to expect. It's really just pure luck.
Welcome to the 11 that are left to week number 4. As I mentioned at the end of last week, we are diving right into a tribal council here. We have already completed the challenge. We do not know who the winner is yet. So we are going to have a little discussion and then we're going to vote. And as mentioned, we will announce who the winner of the challenge is after the votes have been cast. So if anyone votes for the immune player, it will serve as if a hidden immunity idol had been played. Michaela W., we'll start off with you here. Is it nerve-wracking at all to be about to be casting a vote for someone that they could end up being safe? Your vote could be for naught here, or your alliance's vote could be for naught if the person you voted for ends up being immune. How nerve-wracking is that?
I'd say it's very nerve-wracking because if people are figuring out who has alliances here and there and they see your numbers and they got votes, but then they saved themselves, they're probably going to be coming after me next or my alliance next. So that's kind of nerve-wracking. So this week has to be a very strategic vote, I think, about just maybe split votes or I don't know. I mean, it's nerve-wracking though. I got really off topic, sorry.
Jeremiah, can you weigh in at all after the last tribal council? Were there any battle lines that were drawn? Is it very clear as to where the numbers stand, or does it seem to be a bit of a blur?
I mean, you can't never be too sure. You know what I mean? It is the game to have it a little ambiguous, but especially after last time where we almost got played by Luke. Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking about this little immunity thing, so we'll have to see how it goes.
Luke, one of the other crazy things about how we're doing the twist this time is when we did it last season, the challenge was based on a skill. So players that were smart could kind of figure, okay, well, immunity might go toward, this person or that person. But here, it's totally random. You have no idea who's about to get immunity. I don't even know who's about to get immunity.
Yeah, it's extremely frustrating because I absolutely hate chance and luck because it's literally just pure chance what happens after we pass our votes. We can't strategize no matter how many times you want to go to an alliance and say, hey, who's this, who's that. There's a 1 in 20 chance somebody's going to win this. So, that percentage-wise is terrible, absolutely awful. So I would definitely not like it. And yeah, I think everybody is just as scared as the person sitting next to them in their alliance.
Carly, how would you say that you're basing your vote here? Are you just going to totally play the odds and say, well, I'm going to roll the dice that the person I'm voting for is not going to win immunity? Is there a backup plan? Have you been talking with any alliances? how are you approaching things?
Probably just gonna roll the dice, but I am talking to a few people.
James, in a perfect world, how does this round end for you and your game?
That's a great question. How if I know?
Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Does anyone care to weigh in? Everybody's shaking their head. Go ahead. Take a selfie of your vote. Send it my way, please. The winner of the Ticket Tournament Challenge is number 913. Who has 913?
That'd be me.
Luke has the winning Ticket Tournament ticket. Any votes cast for Luke will not count. At this time, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now is the time to do so. I'll read the votes. First vote, Lucy. James. One vote Lucy, one vote James. Anne. Carly. Hope. That's one vote Lucy, one vote James, one vote Anne, one vote Carly, one vote Hope. Carly. Anne. Hope. That's two votes Hope, two votes Carly, two votes Anne, one vote James, one vote Lucy. Hope. Ninth person voted out and second member of our jury. Hope. That's 4. That's enough for this round. Hope. Tribe has spoken.
I was in like 4 different alliances, and I feel like that's where I screwed up. I was doing great for a while there. I feel like some people probably caught on. I don't really know why else I'd get voted out, because I mean, I'm not that great at the challenges. So I think I definitely knew it was me. As soon as like I messaged my one alliance and no one answered, I was like, it's me. They weren't very subtle about it, because it took them like 15 minutes to generate a response to me, so I was like, oh, it's definitely me. I was like, I don't have anything to help myself, so I just gotta sit there and take it, so. I knew it was gonna be me though, and I knew it was gonna be me when it was last season too. And I didn't have anything to protect myself then either, so I was like, well, Luke, if he makes it to the final, I'll be voting for him.
Hope was giving me this impression. I don't know about her experiences or anything, but she was just giving me this impression from the way she was like texting me and all that she was going to backstab me. I was in an alliance with Hope because I wanted to have that resource to thin out the other alliance, because my fear was if the alliance got too big, or we had too big of an alliance towards the end, it could get really, really difficult. Let me put it that way. So I didn't want to have too big of an alliance. I wanted to be really careful with my alliances, and I didn't want to that's what I had with Hope. The only reason I voted Hope out was because, at that moment, I felt like she was a bigger threat to me than Michaela's.
I did lose my alliance with Hope, unfortunately. She did get voted out, but, that's not something that I wanted to happen, but, I tried my best to keep her on. I think her trying to give me some leeway with the immunity idol kind of sealed her fate after she lied to everybody about me not having anything and wanting to get voted off. It was both Mike and Hope, which probably why both of them got voted out pretty quickly. I got both of them to put into both group chats they were in that I just didn't want to play at all. I was completely done. I didn't have an immunity idol. I just want to vote Lucy, and then, whatever. If I lose, I lose. I told them that basically I didn't care. And I told both of them, hey, if you say this, I'm going to play the immunity idol, and then we'll see where it goes. I'll take you to the final 3. Well, I played the immunity idol. Mike ended up leaving. Very next vote, the Hope ends up leaving. So I was back to square one. But yeah, that's kind of how I played out. That's why everybody had those looks on their faces whenever I played the idol, was because I purposely was telling people and, inserting myself into that. It's a lot easier to do virtually than it is in person, believe me, because, in person, I would have never been able to pull that off.
Oh, Hope was working with us, but we did eliminate her. We cut her short. She tried to work with us, but we knew she was playing both sides, so we were the ringleaders on that vote.
Who's ready to know the biggest twist we have ever done in Survivor Mac Edition history? For this round, we are going to do what I like to call the mirror twist. So this is what's going to happen. You are going to be randomly paired up with a member still left in the game. Whatever happens to them will happen to you. So, if your partner wins immunity, you are also immune. If you choose to play an idol on yourself, your partner will also be immune, courtesy of the idol. If your partner is eliminated, you are also eliminated. 2 people will be going home this round, courtesy of the mirror twist. Should make for some fun. Look forward to seeing how this is going to play out. I am loving the reactions. That's one of the things you gotta love about Survivor. Just when you think you know what's gonna happen in the game shifts on a dime. So, gotta love it.
Oh, snap. This is bad, because when you said whatever happens, you're getting eliminated, I was like, this isn't good. And I was like, I just need to get a partner that is not a threat. Because if I've been kind of low-key through this whole thing, trying to be at least. Hopefully I've been low-key. I never saw this before. This is interesting. So I was excited to see what happened. It twists the game a lot.
We'll draw for our pairs. Our pairs for this round: Luke and Lucy, both Michaelas, Michaela K and Michaela W, Carly and Jeremiah, James and Alexa, Anne and Amanda.
I've been working with Michaela a lot, and probably will be working with her going forward. So I got lucky whenever we picked names this week, and we were partners. But I knew going into that I did not want Luke or Lucy, because they've already got eliminated, and those are the people that they were going after. So those 2 getting partnered up was really good.
Okay, I need someone middle of the road, who's not necessarily going to be a target that I can kind of hide with, maybe someone in alliance with other people that they won't want to vote out. And so actually when I was with Amanda, I was like, that's exactly who I wanted. This is perfect. I wasn't with someone they wanted to go out, maybe Luke.
Are we ready for the challenge? In a moment, I am going to send you all a Google survey. There's going to be a series of questions. Any of the other 10 choices, you need to select a name for who you think best fits into said category. After that, Google will tally the results for me, and then we are going to go over each of those questions. We are looking for the most popular answer, not necessarily what you said. So you're going to answer all of these questions, and then we're going to go over all of those same questions, but your answer might not be the group answer. If you get it right, you score 8 points. Whoever has the most points will win immunity, along with their partner, who will also win immunity for this round.
Last semester when I played, I didn't get any idols or anything. So now this semester I have 2, and I think it's really exciting. I'm pretty pumped about it. But so the second one, when you told us to get out, I think it was the pieces of paper that we had to get out to write the names down on. when I pulled them out, it fell out, and I was like, oh, I played it really subtle because we were like in the middle of the game. I didn't want to just be all excited for no reason. So I was just kind of like, oh, there it is, and then I like pulled it off to the side. I was like, oh, this is so exciting. I was so excited. So I guess I could say I have a few tricks up my sleeve, you know, if people decide to vote me out, and I'll just be like, oh, nope, just kidding. I have an idol here. But overall, I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm pretty pumped to have 2 idols. It's pretty cool.
I know Michaela has one, obviously, because we were partners, and you already know that I told you, so it didn't really matter that I told you.
I did know that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, actually.
So yeah, I know she has one, but that doesn't really harm me or harm us because she's on our team. But that's nice to know in case one of us are at risk of getting votes. So it's nice insurance. But I don't know. Jeremiah might even have one. One was played, so 2 other people, 3. We don't know how many had it from the beginning.
I have tallied the results here. First question. Which remaining player would you trust with your life? Everybody reveal. A lot of people saying James. Got some Amandas in there. Jeremiah says himself. The correct answer is James. So, Alexa scores a point. Anne scores a point. Lucy scores a point. Luke scores a point. Michaela W. scores a point. Next question. Which remaining player has the best chance of winning this game? 3, 2, 1. Everybody reveal. A lot of Jeremiah's. James says himself. Correct answer, it is a tie between Luke and Jeremiah. So, Alexa scores a point. Anne scores a point. Lucy scores a point. Luke scores a point. Michaela K on the board. Michaela W scores another point. If you were stranded on a real island, who would you most like to be stranded with? See some Carlys. See a lot of people saying themselves. Couple Alexas. Correct answer is Carly. Carly, everyone wants to be stranded on an island with you. How's it feel?
I'm not sure why, but
So with that, Anne scores a point. She's 3 for 3. Lucy and Luke were the only other 2 to get it right. They are also 3 for 3. Which remaining player thinks they are in total control of this game? It was a tie this round between James and Jeremiah. Jeremiah, and James, does it concern you at all that you think that people think that you're in total control? Does that make you feel like you have power, or does that make you feel like you got another thing coming?
I said, just like my teammate said earlier, I don't know why they think that. But it is concerning though.
James, what were you starting to say?
I was going to say that as far as this whole game goes, I have no idea what's going on, so it doesn't really concern me.
Everybody got it right except for Jeremiah, Carly, and Amanda. So, a quick scoring update. Alexa has 3. Amanda has 0. Anne has 4. James on the board with 1. Jeremiah at 0. Carly at 0. Lucy has 4. Luke has 4. Michaela K has 2. Michaela W has 3. Which player is underestimated in this game? 3, 2, 1. Everybody reveal. Correct answer was Alexa. Everybody thinks Alexa is underestimated in this game. Anne, Lucy, and Luke tied for the lead. Which remaining player has the best laugh? Everybody says Jeremiah. I think it's right. Jeremiah has the best laugh. Jeremiah, how's it feel?
Damn, I thought it was kind of ugly, but that though. Oh, wait, does that mean me and Carly got 1 now?
That means you and Carly are on the board. Which player would be most likely to not make the merge in an alumni season? Everybody says Lucy. except for James and Amanda. Correct answer is Lucy.
Can I just clarify something? Ironically, I
Go
made
for
it. I made it to the merge during the last alumni season, but I still wrote myself.
Scoring update. Alexa has 5. Amanda has 2. Anne with 7. James with 2. Jeremiah with 2. Carly with 2. Lucy with 7. Luke with 7. Michaela K with 4. Michaela W with 5. It is still Lucy, Luke, and Anne leading the charge with 7. Next closest are Alexa and Michaela W with 5. Who do you most want to have sitting next to you in the final 3? Correct answer is Amanda. Amanda, how'd you feel to know that people were most likely wanted to sit next to you in the final 3?
I'm quite surprised and really thank you, everyone. It could be that they think they can beat me at the final 3 if I made it there. But I also think they had confidence in me that, okay, maybe Amanda can make it there.
Which player would be most likely to succeed in life outside the game? Tough round this time. A lot of incorrect answers. The correct answer is James. So the only ones to get a point were Alexa, Jeremiah, Michaela K, and Michaela W. Lucy, Luke, and Anne still with 8. I love this question. Which player would be most likely to spend their entire gift card on 2-for-1 hot dogs at Sheetz? Correct answer was Jeremiah. Everybody gets it right. Everyone moves up 1 point. Jeremiah, was that an accurate statement?
I mean, I'll tell you my order. It's usually the pretzel dog, cheese and bacon on this. Y'all were correct.
That leaves us with Alexa, Anne, Lucy, Luke, and Michaela W. Anne, Lucy, and Luke all have 9. Michaela W. and Alexa both have 7. Which survivor is most likely to hold a hidden immunity idol right now?
I voted Luke for like having one, but he already had one previously. So I'm thinking maybe Lucy's holding out on one. You know, she got voted off early, never got a chance to use it, finally got back in, hasn't really had a chance to use it yet because she's been safe. So yeah, I think Lucy's holding out on it.
Correct answer is Luke. So, Michaela W. and Alexa, you are out of this challenge. It leads us down to Lucy and Luke, the partners for this round, and Anne. We have 1 question left before we go to the tiebreaker. Which survivor is most likely to turn on a member of their own alliance? Everybody says Luke. It was a tie between Lucy and Luke. Everybody's right. We're going to a tiebreaker. Lucy, how's it feel to be most likely to turn on your own alliance? Same question to Luke.
I'm not gonna lie, that hurt a little.
I was voted out once already, so.
Now, which survivor is most likely to get cast on the real show? Everybody says Jeremiah. Everyone is correct. Which survivor is most dressed for success? Everybody says Jeremiah. Correct answer was Jeremiah. So, we have a tie. A 3-way tie after my tiebreaker questions. At this point, because I have no more questions and we are already going on 10:30, we got to go back to the pick it at random. This is going to be your board. Highest number out of the 3 of you will win immunity. Lucy, make your selection.
I-17.
The answer is 13. Lucy scores a lucky number 13. Here's where we're at, Anne. You're going to go next. If you score lower than a 13, this challenge is over because Lucy and Luke are a pair.
Lucky number 7.
Your number is... It is a 1. This challenge is over. Lucy and Luke win immunity for this round. Lot of varied faces on this screen. Gonna be very interesting to see how this next vote plays out. Lucy and Luke, you are safe for this round. Everybody else will be fair game. Keep in mind that 2 people in the pairs will be going this round. We will get set up for the vote.
So it just kept going and going and going and going. And I was like, shoot, Lucy and Luke are on the same team and I'm 2 against 1. And they said, like, if we win, we're not voting against you. And I was like, honestly, at this point in the game, I'll take not 2 votes against me. But we made it all the way to the end, all the way to the tie questions. And then you threw the, let's play the number game loop. And I was like, oh no. We are leaving it up to chance, and chance is not served me well in this game. Like, for example, I had no hold tickets. I pretended like I did. I didn't have any. I just, you know what? I did not. Luck has not served me well, and that continued by getting literally the lowest number. And at that point, I was like, honestly, when Lucy and Luke got paired together, I thought they were going to be the ones to get eliminated. Like, I was like, I feel like that's like the 2 both really experienced players, and they were both voted out before. And so I was like, I thought, like, as soon as they got together, I was like, they're going to be the ones people go after. And then once they got immunity, I was like, oh, this is about to get really interesting, because I don't know what people are going to vote for. Because, you know, you want to vote for people who you maybe want to get out, but then maybe they're with someone who you want to keep in that you have an alliance with. And I knew the votes were going to get messy really quickly.
Like, it kind of worked out really well because Michaela and I were partners. So that worked out pretty good. It was pretty interesting. I was like, wow, that's different. Like, I never expected that to happen. I thought it was pretty stressful for, like, I mean, it was stressful for us too, but we felt like we were okay. But I know for other people that we had alliances with, they were pretty stressed out. Like, me and Michaela have a pretty good alliance because we've talked a lot, like, through everything. And so we're pretty solid there. So I guess we both, like, talk each round, you know, like each week, like, what's going on. And Michaela W knows that I have 1 idol. She's the only one that knows. But I don't think I'm going to tell anyone that I have 2, just, like, to keep that to myself, sort of. So I guess, like I have an alliance with her and, like, a couple other people, like Alexa and Carly. So I have an alliance with them. So, like, if it will benefit them, then I'll, like, let them know, like, hey, I have an idol. But I think the second one that I found, I'm just going to keep to myself, just in case, you know, in the end, like, if people vote me out, I can use that, and it'll be, like, a surprise to people because they don't know that I have a second one. So I think that'll be pretty cool. But
which I wanted to actually vote out the Michaelas, or one of the Michaelas, at least get one of them out. But, you know, when that opportunity came where I could get both of them out, I was like, you know, this could be really good. Like, I get them out because I don't trust them wholeheartedly. You know, there are a lot of moving parts in this game, and I think that's the takeaway. There are a lot of moving parts, and in some cases, it's out of your control with, like, some of the luck-based challenges where you just don't know what's going to happen. And I mean, in a way, some of it is luck because, you know, you really don't know. You don't have that human element. It makes it all the more difficult.
Because I have to say, before, I haven't talked to Anne a lot. I mean, we know each other outside the game, but during this game we don't really have any alliance or anything before this. So I don't know who she's talking to before, or like I don't think she know who I'm talking to before. So it's a quite an interesting pair. Not like the Michaelas, they are we've been in the same group chat and then like we already know each other, that type of thing. Me and Anne, we are like really a new alliance per se, really. So that was very interesting at the beginning. For the first like 5 or 6 questions, I got none of them correct. Like Anne was there with like 5 out of 5 or 6 out of 6, and Amanda has 0. I'm like, go in, you are the hope. I'm like, I'm for sure not going to win immunity for this one. Like, I'm not going to win for this round. There's really no chance for me to win. And like what Anne said, after all that many rounds of like hard guessing and everything, and she got a 1 at a tiebreaker.
Anne, go ahead, give me your reaction to the mirror twist and everything that took place centered around you going into it.
I mean, you know what? I've been scared all week about what this twist you've been hinting at is going to be, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't think it was this. It's very interesting. It shakes up a lot of things. But that last challenge was a little disappointing. You know, I worked that whole way, and then I used my intuition, got a 1. So what intuition do I have? No idea.
Amanda, so with this twist, how do you strategize for something like this? I mean, you're going to have to vote out 2 people here, but your partner could get voted out, and that means you could go home too.
All I can say is there's a lot of texting going on, and I'm just trying to strategizing. But I don't know. I really don't know how this is gonna work.
Go ahead, show of hands. Who all is nervous that it's going to be them and or their partner at this vote? Everybody but Luke and Lucy. So this is going to make for a very interesting round. So, Michaela K, do you think that there's any kind of like bad taste in anyone's mouth from this challenge? That, you know, people may have gotten like a bad rap, or potentially their stock in the game has been lifted based on the results of this game, or do you think that that's really not going to apply at all? That was going to Michaela K. I had a feeling that she was out of it.
Sorry, I'm like trying to figure stuff out. I'm sorry.
So do we have a live tribal going on right now? Are there still texts that are going on as we speak here? Do people still not know who they're voting for?
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to like work stuff out with that.
I mean, I know everybody in some form or another is pissed that me and Lucy got paired together, because, you know, we are 2 of the most experienced players here now. So I know people, like Jerem, I see you shaking your head and looking away. I know people are pissed. So yeah, I think a lot more people wish that game had gone a different direction.
And Alexa, there's still the added element here that, you know, one person may not like that they received a certain answer in the challenge, and they might want to vote someone else out, but that person that they vote out could be their partner. 2 people are going home here. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of worrying because like you don't have to worry about yourself, but you have to worry about like your partner too and what other people are thinking. So you kind of have to worry for 2 people now rather than just 1.
James, is it going to be difficult this round to cast a vote? You're eliminating a potential ally along with an enemy. One of your own could go home this round.
It is always difficult, but this time especially was very confusing and very tricky, and my head is about to explode.
Go ahead. Take a selfie of your vote. Send it my way, please. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now is the time to do so. All right. I'll read the votes. First vote, Alexa and James. Jeremiah and Carly. Anne and Amanda. That's 1 vote Alexa and James. 1 vote Jeremiah and Carly. 1 vote Anne and Amanda. Alexa and James. Jeremiah and Carly. Anne and Amanda. We're tied. 2 votes James and Alexa. 2 votes Jeremiah Carly. 2 votes Anne and Amanda. James and Alexa. Jeremiah and Carly. Anne and Amanda. 3-way tie.
Oh my
Alexa and
goodness.
James. 3 votes. 3 votes Jeremiah and Carly. 3 votes Anne and Amanda. 1 vote left.
This is nuts.
I'm about to piss.
It's crazy, man. I don't like this. I don't like
The
this.
10th and 11th people voted out, and the 3rd and 4th members of our jury. Anne and Amanda.
Oh my Oh my
A
gosh.
historic Survivor Mac Edition moment by Anne and Amanda. The tribe has spoken.
I was laughing so hard as I told my mom, "Hey mom, I just got eliminated." And then she didn't understand, like, "You're out of the game, why are you laughing so hard?" I'm like, "Yeah, but this is so fun." I'm like really enjoying it.
Like, I think the biggest compliment in Survivor is to get voted out, like, late in the game. Is people are like, you're a threat, gotta get you out. And I was like, I take that as a compliment.
The Marquetas didn't get any vote, like not even one. I'm like, wow, how did that happen? They had like really good alliance or something, or like really good luck. But I'm quite surprised, and still my head is pounding. Like, how did that happen? I don't know why.
I'm surprised I made it this far, because when the blue team kept losing every single challenge, I was like, I am gonna be out so fast. Like, there's so many of us dropping, and our alliances are, not worth anything. And so I think, like, maybe during the blue team challenges, like, I think I kind of stayed in the middle pretty well of, like, maybe not doing the best, but also not doing the worst, and kind of staying in the middle of the pack. But as soon as we went to individual, like, I started winning immunity challenges, and I got pretty close to winning another one. And I think I kind of made myself a target.
If they all voted that they want to be with me at the final 3, then how did Anne and I got voted out?
I think each person has great strengths and the potential to win. This is like a good group. Honestly, the person I want to see win is Jeremiah. He truly has, like, survived the blue team, and he has made, like, very strategic alliances. Of course, I don't know who's allied with who. It's really hard virtually to know who everyone is talking to, but from what I heard from him and from how he talked to me and some of my other alliances, I think he has maybe strategic alliances with, like, everybody. So honestly, and he's just so fun to play with. Like, he's such a nice personality, and yeah, I love him.
It's all up in the air. I don't know who. I really don't know who will make it to the final 3.
Not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty proud of how I played. As a first-time player to get through the merge, win an immunity challenge, and get in, like, the top 10. I mean, I'm kind of proud of myself. I did not think I was going to make it that far.
Everything related to this game is, like, super, super duper fun. Like, I really enjoy all of it.
Amanda, and she, of course, got voted out, like, big time. Like, they all went after her. Not everybody, but, I mean, a big chunk of them went after her and Anne. My impression is they wanted Anne out more than her. But from people I have met with, we kind of had the, I think, at least as far as my impression, because who knows, maybe maybe she could be really good at like deceiving me or something, and she was playing like backstabbing at some point in the game. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past her, but to my understanding, we're kind of playing to look out for each other kind of thing, and it was the same thing in the game. We were aiming to like backstab each other. As much as I wanted to like vote out Anne, for instance, when she got paired up with Amanda, I was like, damn it, I can't like vote for Anne. That happened. And ultimately she got kicked down anyway. I was like, well, that's weird. I was not expecting that. That caught me completely by surprise. I think the Michaelas, though, I think they're, them and their whole alliance that they have going on, they're not being very subtle about it, like about trying to cover their tracks, I guess. So
even going into that vote, it was like last minute. I didn't even know who I was voting for, which is bad because at one point I was thinking that I was going to vote James out, and I knew I was going to have an angry roommate at me. Our targets were Lucy and Luke or Amanda and Anne, but it kind of switched it up a little bit knowing Alexa got partnered with James because James was tight with Amanda. So that's where all the problems were happening when we were voting out. We were going for the vote. Was James was like, let's go after Anne, and then completely forgot Amanda was. I was like, okay.
Yeah, he fully texted me and was like, we're going to go for Anne. And I was like, perfect. And then he realized that if we voted out Anne, Amanda would go out. So he was like, never mind. He went Jeremiah and Carly.
So then that was just like, you can't take them out.
Me and James actually split. He went Jeremiah and Carly. I told him I was going Jeremiah and Carly, but I still went Anne and Amanda. Our mentality was if we get Amanda out, James will come with us, like go with our side with numbers. Since I don't think he would have went with like Luke and Lucy because they were going after him. So our thought was, well, we can get one more person on our side to take our vote if we split them up.
It's been a real rough 4 weeks. I've been fighting against the grain day in, day out, trying to make something work. To be perfectly honest, making it this far, I'm honestly surprised. And I think the one saving grace that I had was that Lucy and I were on the same team. Because if we did not win that challenge, both of us were done. There's no question about it. I think if I do a poll right now, all the kids would have said, hey, it's Luke and Lucy, plain and simple. I'm scared. I obviously didn't get the idol from the text message challenge. I do have one suspicion, a pretty heavy one, honestly, and that is with my current alliance, actually, Michaela K, both Michaela's and Lex. They told me, hey, we'll just vote Lex out whenever you give us the word, just as like an easy way to get, somebody on the jury to vote for us. Which, one, yeah, sure, that's probably Michaela W a little bit, and it won't help anybody else. But at the same time, it's making you a little hesitant if they say, hey, let's vote Lex off now. It's me voting one Lex and then the rest vote me out. So, like, that's a suspicion there. Another one, possibly Jeremiah. I was in the FaceTime call with Lucy, and she said, yeah, I completely forgot about that. So, honestly, I mean, it still could be her. It could be her trying to bluff while I was in the video call, but I think it could be Jeremiah as well. It's tough. I have suspicions about everybody. I can assume all day about who it could be, but until they actually play it, I don't think I'm going to know who it is. Every week, it's just me trying to fight for survival at this point, really, trying to make it through and get to this point, obviously, like I said earlier. It's pretty crazy because I know Lucy and people are injecting saying, hey, Luke and Kate, they're going to be the fact. It's something like that. But, as much as, somebody from the outside might be like, well, that's dumb. That's the fun part of it is trying to fight against the grain, like I said. Having somebody say, hey, they're a good player, and then going and proving everybody that you are a good player and still being this far along, I think it's really fun.
Did this last semester. It was a lot of fun, so we are going to do it again. We're going to do a survivor scavenger hunt here. Last person back each round will be eliminated. Whoever lasts the longest will receive immunity. You are back to an individual game. This is everyone for themselves this round. First round. You're looking for a phone charger and go. Michaela and Alexa are good. Luke is good. Michaela K, Lucy, Carly, James, Jeremiah is nowhere close. Next round. We did it last time. It worked well again. We're looking for toilet paper and go. Michaela is back. Michaela K is good. Michaela W is good. Alexa, James, Carly, Lucy, Luke, I think was. The judges and I have agreed Luke was back last. Luke is out of this challenge. We're looking for a stapler and go.
I don't have a stapler.
Michaela W is good. Carly is good. James is good.
I don't have a stapler.
Alexa got a stapler. I'm very curious to know where that came from, but Alexa is good in the meantime. And Lucy does not have one. We'll do a tiebreaker between Michaela and Lucy. That's what we can do.
Okay.
We'll keep it fair. This is just between Lucy and Michaela K to see who moves on. We did it last time, worked out well. We should see how it goes this time. We're looking for a piece of silverware and go. Lucy has a spoon right in front of her. Lucy stays alive. Michaela K is out of the challenge. Next round. You're looking for a dollar bill of any denomination and go.
I don't even think I have cash.
James is good. Michaela W, Carly, and Alexa. Lucy does not have one. Lucy, you made it one round longer, but Lucy is out of this challenge. And we're down to 4. Next round, you're looking for a clothes hanger and go. Carly is good. Alexa is good. Michaela W, back right before James. James is out of this challenge. We are down to Alexa, Michaela W, and Carly. Next round, you are looking for a tissue and go. Alexa has one. Michaela W has one. Carly is back last. Carly is out of this challenge. Down between the 2 roommates for immunity. You are looking for your student ID and go. Michaela W holds it. Gosh, not even 2 seconds with that. Michaela W wins immunity and is safe for this round.
I'm not sure how I'm still in it. The scavenger hunt. I think since I was at my house, I had a lot more stuff than what people in dorms would have, and easier to get to. And I made it to the final 3 in that, so I think that one went pretty well. Me and both Michaelas have been working together, and I mean, they haven't turned on me yet, so I'm thinking we're in it together.
I started working back with Alexa and Carly from them being on the Red Tribe, and then me and Michaela went back, me and Michaela were working together since we went to the Blue Tribe and switched. But then we came back and we all 4 were working together. And then since we had those were our main 2 going in. And then we still talked to James and Amanda, and that kind of helped us with votes. And I don't know where Jeremiah is right now. He's kind of in the middle.
2 years in a row now, I've lost because of stinking toilet paper. I can't get it fast enough, or somebody was in the bathroom last year, so I never win with that. But it was really fun, and do have another alliance now. We'll see if it works out. It's with both the Michaelas and Lex Nagy as well. Hopefully it works out the whole way, but I can't guarantee anything. They could be just trying to play me and get me voted out sooner. Who knows? But yeah, so far, I mean, I've really liked this season a lot because I've been able to fight tooth and nail to get where I am now, and it's worked for the most part. Finally got to play an immunity idol right. In the past, I either saved it or I used it at a time I shouldn't have. So it felt amazing to do that.
So, Michaela W, how's it feel? You're immune. Walk me through that very intense 2-minute scavenger hunt.
Well, I think our toilet paper is good. after me and Alexa got into a fight over it, but it feels nice that I don't have to worry about getting votes towards me this week. But now I just gotta figure out who I'm supposed to vote out or where I'm going with this week's vote. So please, anyone's suggestion.
Carly, is this considered still potentially a live tribal? Do people still not know who they're going to vote for this round? Or discussion still being had as we speak?
I think everyone's pretty sure.
It's a definitive. Michaela K, is that good news or bad news?
I mean, I guess it's good news that people like know who they want to vote for, and they're like, all right, we're doing this. So, I mean, I guess it's good news for everyone else but the person who gets voted out. But hopefully it all works out for, I don't know, hopefully it all works out.
Luke, you said people were had a lot of different reactions at the end of the last challenge. Similar or different this time around, would you say?
It's tough. I know there's a lot of text going on, whether or not, some people think that there isn't, because there definitely is.
Take a selfie of your vote. Send it my way, please. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now is the time to do so. Okay. I'll read the votes. First vote, Luke. James. One vote Luke, one vote James. 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 It's 3 votes James, 1 vote Luke. James. 12th person voted out and the 5th member of our jury. James, that's 5. That's enough for this round. James, tribe has spoken. That is all I have. Thank you very much for coming out. Grab your torches, head back to camp, and everybody have a good night.
Yeah, that was completely, got me blindsided. I had no say in that. I was not in on that. They planned behind my back. Like I said, Michaela's running another alliance. I know there's some alliances going on, some real hardcore alliances. I also know that people were in multiple alliances, myself included, because I was thinking that the Michaelas were gonna backstab me. I just didn't know when. Both Michaelas. I was in an alliance with the Michaelas and Amanda, and I was like, I really don't trust the Michaelas that much. They were just a little bit quicker on what I was trying to do, which I didn't want to give myself off as a threat. Although I think I gave myself as a threat anyway. It was a tad bit upsetting because I was like, oh, I didn't expect it, kind of thing. I mean, it wasn't like I was holding on this personal grudge against anybody, except for the Michaelas. They're not getting my vote. Personally, I'm rooting for Luke to win, so I'm rooting for him. It was a great game. I enjoyed it. I'm happy I signed up for it because I was kind of aware of Survivor before, but I just never signed up for it. I either didn't think it was going to be as much fun, or I didn't think I'd be able to attend everything. But I'm really glad I signed up for it. So hopefully I can come back to the alumni seasons at some point.